When did your protest actually work? My best friend Nate collapsed and died right next to me in driver's education class last March, his heart stopping mid-sentence while he was making jokes about parallel parking. The paramedics worked on him for 45 minutes, but Nate was already gone from a genetic condition nobody knew existed. His parents poured their savings into creating the most beautiful memorial garden where Nate used to eat lunch every day. I helped plant purple irises around a stone bench carved with his name, and that garden became my sanctuary where I could remember my best friend without drowning in grief. 8 months later, Principal Warner's voice crackled over the intercom like a death sentence. The memorial garden will be removed for necessary infrastructure improvements. I dropped my lunch tray and sprinted to the courtyard where kids were already sobbing next to Nate's bench. My heart was pounding so hard I thought I might collapse. My friend Rachel grabbed my arm, tears streaming down her face. Her sister had heard them talking in the office about how they think Nate's memorial might make other kids want to hurt themselves too. The new district psychologist had told them memorial gardens cause copycat tragedies, and they needed to tear it down before other students got influenced by Nate's death. I wanted to punch a wall and scream until my throat was raw. Nate died from a genetic heart condition nobody knew he had, and they were treating his memory like some kind of virus. You can't catch sudden cardiac arrest from looking at flowers, but apparently our school administrators were too stupid to understand basic biology. Rachel explained they were really turning it into a parking lot because they needed more spaces for staff cars. The sight of those orange construction markers around the place where I grieved my best friend made me feel sick. Nate died in driver's education class surrounded by pictures of cars, and now they wanted to pave over his memory to create actual parking spaces. That night, I stayed up until 3 in the morning making plans, fueled by grief and fury that anyone could be so heartless about Nate's memory. By 7 a.m., I had organized 2 separate squads for maximum chaos. Squad 1 formed a human chain around the memorial garden, linking arms so construction workers couldn't break through. Squad 2 launched the most ridiculous guerrilla gardening campaign in school history, sneaking around campus with backpacks full of fully grown purple flowers stolen from people's front yards. I grabbed a megaphone from the drama department and started coordinating both operations, my voice shaking with emotion. The crowd started laughing and cheering as they watched Nate's cross-country team camping out inside the human chain, while other kids scattered around campus, jamming mature purple flowers into every available space. For the first time since Nate died, I felt like I could actually breathe watching everyone fight for his memory. By first period, I had convinced Nate's mom to raid every garden center in a 50-mile radius. The art class made flower bombs out of clay and seeds that Squad 2 hurled into impossible-to-reach places around campus. Meanwhile, the drama department was sneaking full-grown purple petunias out of the greenhouse and cramming them into every planter on school grounds. By Tuesday, the school looked like a purple flower invasion with mature plants sprouting from places that shouldn't even have soil. Parents started showing up with truckloads of purple flowers from their own gardens, creating endless reinforcements for Squad 2. Kids were jamming adult plants into the teacher parking lot planters, the cafeteria window boxes, and even the inside lobby of the administrative building, while Squad 1 held their ground around Nate's memorial. Principal Warner completely lost his mind and called the police, but the officers took one look at 60 kids holding hands around a flower garden, surrounded by thousands of purple blooms, and refused to arrest anyone. The sergeant tried not to laugh at the mature irises Squad 2 had planted around his patrol car, while telling Warner they were just gardening enthusiastically. The school board held an emergency meeting Thursday night with over 1,000 parents and students packed into the gymnasium. I stood up first, my hands trembling. My best friend died from genetics, and you're worried other kids might develop heart conditions from his memorial flowers. Nate's dad followed up with the knockout punch. You think students are going to catch sudden cardiac arrest from staring at irises? The crowd erupted in laughter and applause, and even the school board members looked embarrassed by how ridiculous their reasoning sounded. Watching them squirm made me feel like Nate was smiling somewhere, proud that we'd made them look like fools. Friday morning, Principal Warner announced that Nate's garden would remain permanently. The crisis prevention psychologist was quietly transferred, and Nate's memorial still stands today, surrounded by thousands of purple flowers that somehow keep appearing in new places every week. Purple irises now sprout from inside the orange construction cones they forgot to remove when the demolition was canceled, and I swear Nate would think that's hilarious.